Good afternoon, everyone. Hi.
Hi, everyone. Are you guys ready?
I think maybe have another two persons.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Waalaikumsalam. Hi.
Hi, afternoon, doctor.
How are you?
Yes, I'm
I'm
fine.
good.
It's also in Thailand, still in COVID-19.
Yeah, same with us.
Okay.
Still working from home.
Yes.
Excuse me, I'm not sure. For the name list of best paper awards will be remind in for our NIDA team in 15 September, right?
Yep.
Okay. Because I have to arrange the award for the one who got the best paper award. Yeah.
Okay, let me confirm. Maybe Mr. Saiful Nizam have the exact answer for that because
Okay.
for us we have to submit the results by today, by tomorrow morning.
Really? Okay.
But I'm not sure, but yeah.
Okay, I can ask for Dr. Sahara, right? Okay, thank you. I think have another two presenter.
Yes.
Mr. Muhammad Ridwan and Miss Parishat.
Yes.
Okay, now we have going on participant from student in UITM to join us now. Okay, our presenter come already. Okay. PP, I think everyone come already.
Yeah, I guess so. Everyone's here.
Should we start at 1:30 sharp or before time? I'm not quite sure about that.
Should be.
I think should be start, right?
At 2:20, right?
Okay, 2:20. It's okay. Should be start.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me share presentations. Oops. Do you see my presentation? Do you guys see it?
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay. Just a moment, please. Okay. Okay, start. Good afternoon, all participants to research presentation sessions of the International JAWS Conference on Hospitality and Tourism 2021, or IJCHT-21, during 13 to 15 September 2021 in the theme of Beyond Smart Tourism Inspired by People, Balanced by Nature, and Driven by Technologies. It's my pleasure to be here with all delegates and participants. And next, let me introduce myself and my co-chairpersons, and hope today will be friendly sharing environment here. Okay. For me, my name is Pitsini Sunsap. I'm your chairperson today in Health and Wellness Tourism Room number 5. I'm from Bangkok, Thailand, and currently I'm our university lecturer at Faculty of Liberal Arts, major in Innovation in Tourism and Hospitality at King Mongkut's Institute of Technology, Lat Krabang. And I'm also a PhD candidate and PhD scholar of the Royal Golden Jubilee PhD program in Graduate School of Tourism Management at National Institute of Development Administration, or NIDA. And for my co-chairpersons, Ms. Rasmi Isaram. Currently, she is the university lecturer in Faculty of Humanities and Social Science, major in International Tourism and Service Industry at Phetchaburi Ratchapat University. And she is also a PhD student at Graduate School of Tourism Management at NIDA, National Institute of Development Administration as well. And next, our co-chairperson will present our topics and delegates of this room.
Thank you for information for the chairperson's presenters. Okay, for our delegate today, we have 5 delegates to present the research paper. The first one, the sequence of the presenters, first one, Ms. Pitsini Sunsap. The second one is Mr. Nantawat Sudrong. And the third one, Ms. Patarawadi Langsimanop. And the fourth one, Mr. Muhammad Ridwan Nordin. And finally, Ms. Palishat Suntarara. Okay, each delegate will have 15 minutes for your session, 10 minutes for presenter, and 5 minutes for a Q&A session. I will remind you guys when 5 minutes left and when the time out. Participants should mute your microphone and open your camera. And who has a question, please submit your question in our chat box, and we will run up after presenter session finishes. Okay. Okay, before we will start the sessions, let everyone please open your camera to making the photo group. The photo, please. Yeah, let everyone open your camera for a group photo session.
Okay. I have a question. I have to screenshot the group photo for you. All you ITM team will do it.
Doctor, you will make the group photos, right? Or should we have to make the group photo? I'm not sure.
Huh?
Just wait a moment, please.
Okay. We also capture.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. The picture also captures. Thank you. Okay, now it's time to our delegate for presenters. In the first person, Ms. Pitsini Sunsap, she will come with the topic on developing theoretical framework of slow food tourism destination in Med. Please welcome Ms. Pitsini Sunsap to present your paper. Thank you.
Okay, let me share your presentations again. Do you guys see my presentation?
Yep.
Okay, just a moment, please. Okay. Okay. Is this full? Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon and greetings all committee delegate and participants. I am Pisini Sunsap, a PhD candidate major in Integrated Tourism and Hospitality Management, Graduate School of Tourism Management at NIDA National Institute of Development Administration at Bangkok, Thailand. Please allow me to present my conceptual paper topic, which is developing theoretical framework of slow food tourism destination image. Okay, first of all, sorry. Okay. First of all, let me clarify about keywords of this study. Slow food is a food that satisfies the taste of the individual, society, culture, economy, and environment, which is defined in 3 words, which is good food, is a tasty and diverse, and is produced in such a delicately way to maximize its flavor and connections throughout geographic and cultural regions. And for clean food, it is sustainable and contribute to the preservation of the environment rather than its destructions. And fair food is produced in socially sustainable ways concerned about customers' fairness. When making purchase decisions to consume at a reasonable price, include fair wage for farmers and producers. And slow food aims to have a directly beneficial effect on food productions, food consumption, and sustainability. And for slow food tourism, is a new model form of food tourism focusing on traveling to slow food destinations. And tourists can learn new experience, exchange, and meet with local farmers, chefs who prepare seasonal local products, local food experts, local food providers who work with slow food facilitators, and local guides who cherish and preserve the locality for sustainability. And for the background and rationales of the study, slow food culinary situations. Slow food widely acknowledged as the concept emphasize on health, social, ethical, and environmental concerns, which is opposed to fast food. And slow food tourism transforms tourism destination by creating opportunity for unemployed residents, preserving culinary heritage, conserving biodiversity, and boosting sustainable rural development. And for academic gaps, slow food destination development is still lacking. Understanding tourism stakeholders, sensory, memory, and experience with various tourist products and attributes is critical for effectively representing the destination image and influencing consumer behavior. And this research integrated the slow food concept with destination image by adapting a destination image theoretical model proposed by Edner and Ritchie in 1991 and 1993. And this paper is a conceptual paper that derives from examining last decade studies. And this is my partials of my PhD thesis during my academic gap reviewing process. The aim of this conceptual paper is to develop theoretical framework of slow food destination image. And the research questions of this conceptual paper is, what is the critical component of the framework of this for describing slow food destination image distribute at all, okay? And for the definitions of destination image is defined as an image that shapes how individuals view their environmental surrounding while traveling, thus influencing tourist decision-making as they consider prospective tourism experience in alternative destinations. And for the next step of my PhD thesis and future research, the researcher will be using qualitative research method by using face-to-face technique, and content analysis was used to analyze data to understand destination image aspect of tourism mechanisms which are more knowledgeable about the destination. I mean, if the researcher understand the uniqueness of local area from local tourism stakeholders, the researcher will understand more about destination image that the local area trying to provide for the tourists. And next, for the design or methodology, a reviewing of existing literature was carried out to gain a better understanding of slow food in hospitality, leisure, sport, tourism category. Using Web of Science WOS search published research article data in world-class journals through ISI database, which is mostly acceptable from international academics from the last 10 years. During 2010 to 2020 to analyze academic gap as shown in figure 1, the left side, and the relevant past research can be classified into 4 research areas, including first, consumers' perception, second, slow food phenomenon, 3, business development and destination development. It is curious seeing that slow food research was not much progressing about destination development, especially destination image strategy as shown in table 1 at the right side. And for the finding of this conceptual paper proposed the slow food destination image theoretical proposal model comprised of 3 main components, which are first, functional attributes, which is the tangible elements, for example, place, facilitator, or service quality. And the second attribute is the psychological attribute, which is an intangible aspect, which are the logo and image, feeling and idea or value perceptions. And the last attribute is uniqueness, which is cultural events and festival or food events and activity organized by tourism stakeholder. And next, for the originality and value of this paper is theoretical framework for slow food tourism destination, which can be a marketing strategy, which is an essential idea for cultural, environmental, responsibility and sustainability by conserving authentic indigenous cultures and ensuring environmental sustainability. And the strategy is a unique concept for tourism goods and activity development concept, which by encouraging tourists to integrate leisure, good health, and mental well-being. And destination image strategy is to be a variable slow food phenomenon. For example, the local place contains some culinary history and gives an opportunity for new experience with the slow food concept, and people can engage in activity and consume healthy food. For these research implications, there are 3 implications. At first, theoretical implication. This study proposed a theoretical framework for the slow food destination image. And the second, practical implications. Tourism stakeholders should be published an understanding of slow food tourism concept and key components. As a slow food refers to seasonal, organic, and healthy food. All stakeholders, include government sector, especially health department, should play an important role to educate and cultivate awareness this concept to the public. And the last one, social implications. This project will lead consumers to be recognize healthy food and alternative options. And the number of stakeholders providing nutritious meal will be increased, and both consumer and producer can gain more benefits. The consumer have right to consume their foods, and producer receive fair earning. And these research limitations. In the future, the awareness of COVID-19 circumstance is still vital, as the pandemic may not be over too soon. Therefore, the data collecting must be follow the new normal rules such as social distancing, mask mandate, and sanitations. And for the future research, may focus on the prospective destination with its own unique gastronomic and cultural aspects. And also it will lead to investigate the factors that impact on behavioral intention to visit slow food tourism destinations. At the last, I would like to thank the financial support by the Royal Golden Jubilee PhD Program of Thailand Research Fund for giving me doing this research. Thank you for your attention. introduction. Thank you.
Thank you for Ms. Pisini Sunsap to present us about slow food tourism in Thailand and sharing the benefits knowledge for us. Anyone who have the questions can submit your question to our chat board, and we will run up one by one questions to asking her. Yep. This is a Q&A session for 5 minutes. Who have the questions can asking to presenter.
Okay, thank you so much for the presentation. It's quite comprehensive. Thank you and congrats. I have a question in mind. Okay, can you please elaborate more about the slow food definition? Is it catered only for the for certain destination or certain cultures, or maybe certain types of cooking, for example?
You mean how to cook, how to describe the definition of slow foods, right?
No, meaning that how do you define slow food?
Oh, yep. Slow food is a food that is a local food, and also the ingredients is planned or created by the local people with non-chemical, and also the farmers who plant it, they will not use a chemical during the planting. Yes.
So it is all. So it is actually a traditional cuisine.
Yes, maybe it's the traditional cuisine, but the ingredient of traditional cuisine need to be the non-chemical ingredients.
Thank you. Another question from me is that can you list down several examples of slow food destination in Thailand?
The example of destination is Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is the first destination that qualify as a slow food destination because they have a record with the Slow Food International already in last years. Yeah. And the second place is in Chumphon at the south of Thailand. But in the Chumphon has a different from the Chiang Mai because at the Chumphon is an area around the sea. So they focus on the seafood. Yes.
I've never been there, so I really hope that I can go there sometimes, somewhere in the future.
Yeah, I hope you have an opportunity to come to Thailand and hope the COVID will end soon. Thank you.
Thank you for your questions, Dr. Noor Nasarina. Also, if anyone who have the questions or not? Okay, we got one question from participant. Can you explain on how to conduct content analysis?
For this paper is still a conceptual paper, and I plan to do the in-depth interview with the tourism stakeholder in the destination that can be a slow food destination. And then after I do the in-depth interview, I will do the content analysis after I got the information from collecting data from the from stakeholders. Yeah, maybe I will grouping the words and using a coding words to do, and then I will do for a content analysis like this.
Yes, one more questions. What software are you planning to use?
I planning to use let me find. Is do you see QUIRKOS? QUIRKOS. Have you ever been this program before? This is the program that help to do the qualitative research and do the analyze the no QUIRKOS. I will type it for you. QUIRKOS. I will share you the link after these presentations if you're interested in.
Okay, thank you for the participant questions. Okay, it's time for the next presenter. We have the interesting topic for the second presenter. The topic is retiree motivation for wellness tourism activity, Thailand case study, represented by Mr. Nantawat Sudong. Please welcome presenter. Yes.
Thank you. Let me share.
Yes.
Can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes. I will remind you when 5 minutes left in the chat box. Okay.
Will you start?
Yes, I can see already.
Yes. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nantawat Sritrong. I'm a master degree student at NIDA, Thailand, the major of Graduate School of Tourism and Management. Today, I'm pleased to be here to present to you about retirees' motivation for wellness tourism activities, Thailand case study. In the International Joint Conference on Hospitality and Tourism 2021, in the theme of Beyond Smart Tourism, inspired by people, balanced by nature, and driven by technology. First of all, I would like to show you about the content outline. Consists of introduction, literature review, research methodology, results, discussion and conclusion, theoretical and managerial contribution, recommendation for future research, and limitation of the research. I will start with an overview of background. Many tourism destination products and service can be developed to attract tourists such as
Excuse me.
food tourism, adventure, including wellness tourism. And many countries have their own
Excuse me,
unique and authentic
Dr.
business.
Nor Hasarina, do you have any request? Okay, the slide is not moving.
Also. Just a moment, please. Oh my God. You can see, right? Can you see my PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Is that moving?
It's not
No.
moving.
Okay. Let's start again.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
You may open the full screen first.
Ready?
Okay. What am I going to suggest is that you stop doing the slideshow because it will freeze that page. Instead, just share as usual. Just share that window.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Share window, right? Yeah. Can you see that?
Yes, you try to move it.
Moving, right?
No.
No. Not moving yet?
Yes, yeah. Can move it.
Okay. Can, right?
Can you check again?
Yes. It's still not moving, right?
Yep, still not moving.
Oh.
Uh,
Okay.
you can zoom in. Yeah. Can zoom in a bit because I think you have.
Okay. Just waiting for technical problem later.
Are you okay? It's
Yes.
Yes, it's
Good.
good.
moving, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Good luck.
Let's start again, right?
Yep.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nantawasu I'm a master degree student at NIDA, Thailand, the major of Graduate School of Tourism Management. Today, I am pleased to be here today to present to you about retirees' motivation for wellness tourism activities, Thailand case study, in the International Joint Conference on Hospitality and Tourism 2021 in the theme of Beyond Smart Tourism, inspired by people, balanced by nature and driven by technology. First of all, I would like to show you about the contents outline, consists of introduction, literature review, research methodology, result, discussion and conclusion, theoretical and managerial contribution, recommendation for future research, and the last limitation of this research. I will start with overview of background information. Many tourism destination product and service can be developed to attract the tourists, such as food tourism, adventure tourism, including wellness tourism. Many countries have all unique and authentic resources to promote and development, such as Thailand have an advantage a health care service and availability of wellness activities such as meditation, spa, Thai herbal steaming. The retirement in Thailand has been increasing continuously from 5% to 32%. Study the motivation construct of the retirement age will affect the wellness tourism activity development to be appropriate for retirement, and it also reduce the expense in healthcare service. And this is a research gap. It show the picture as below. We found the various study about the retirement age group, such as brand image, attitude, value, and marketing, and the activity for the retirement age group still lacking. Hence, this study aim to beat this gap. We move on to the study aims. The main aim focuses on motivation of the retirement age group toward wellness tourism activity. I divide two parts. The first part is to analyze the factor of internal motivation of retirement age group to participate in wellness tourism activities. And the second part is to analyze the factor of external motivation of retirement age group to the participated in wellness tourism activities. The literature review, we study two issues. The first issue is to study the concept of retirement age group, and the second issue is study to the motivation theory foundation. This is a model of retirement wellness activity motivation, consists of internal motivation and external motivation. The research methodology, the data collection and study area. In this study, we use a qualitative approach and in-depth interview technique, content analysis technique to analyze the data. using the telephone interviews due to COVID-19 and snowball technique. The participants of this study were used in this study were retirement age group around Thailand age 60 years and over. The total participants in this study were 37. The data analysis procedure classify each group of the data, analyzed and synthesized and interpreted. Next, the result of this study. The result of this study in participant profile, all Thai nationality. The total of participants were 37, most of female, 59.46% and remaining male 40.54%. The most age between 60 to 65 years, about 51.35%. Mainly occupation are retirees, 51.35%, and average income 20,001 baht to 30,000 baht, as shown in the table below. And the result of internal motivation in physical appearance, the wellness tourism activity will improve health and strengthen the body and mind, and in social interaction, make the new friend at the same age, exchange idea, knowledge, and experience with each other. In emotional well-being, it gave how to control and deal with the emotions, made the positive thinking person. In intellectual, wellness tourism activity will increase concentration and consciousness. In spiritual retreat, it balanced physical and mental health, made them calmer and see the truth of life. And result of external motivation in activities attractiveness. Wellness tourism activity will promote both of the physical and mental to be strong, not easy to get sick and release stress. In facilities, the area of doing wellness tourism activity have to be clean, not crowded and easily accessible. And there was standard equipment as well as there was food and beverage outlet, toilets and parking spaces, including tables and chairs for relaxing. In activity safety, there was very safe because they have wellness instructor who know about the activity to guide how to do the wellness tourism activity. And there was a hospital and healthcare center nearby the area. In service quality, there was an experienced expert to guide how to do the wellness tourism activity. Discussion and conclusion, internal motivation in physical appearance. Wellness tourism activity resulted in order to have a healthy body and mind. It was in line with previous study presented by Ruth 2012, state that the most purpose of to improve the health and strengthen the body and mind. Social interaction, wellness tourism activity that make new friends and exchange knowledge, experience each other, consistent with the previous studies. Result of Kang and Ruth 2009 state that to create and maintain a healthy. In emotional well-being, the retirement age group able to control and management emotions, like was the previous study by Torres 2018, state that it gives an acceptance of other feelings, control the mind and emotions. In intellectual, the retirement age group can do concentrate better, being reasonable, embedded with sign-up and NAS 2017 study said that made more systematic thinking, share knowledge with others. And the last spiritual retreat, for calming the mind control, and see the truth of their life, supported by McMahon and Ferry 2012, state that it can foster positive thinking, discover of the true life. And discussion in the external motivation aspect. External motivation aspect comprise of 4 factors as follows: activities attractiveness, facilities, activity safety, and security service quality. Similar to the result of Sanoki 2017. Safety, regulation, the human attitude, the social environment are all significant. And Goofy and Gusolari 2012 confirmed that the main thing that attract tourists are road system, transportation, safety, communication system, restaurant and beverage, medical care and service at destination. The theoretical and material contribution. This is a retirement wellness activity motivation model. I would like to tell you about the key study contribution. All relevant stakeholders must concern about the wellness areas, activity, equipment, and tourist needs, and must provide walking with easy access and safe area, including stakeholders choose storytelling about the unique of wellness tourism activity through online channels such as Facebook or website, and providing the adequate of facilities such as tables, chairs, toilet, handle, food spot, including improved service quality of staff and security such as CCTV cameras. And the recommendation for the future, we divide two parts. The first part is qualitative approach. The researcher should in-depth interview with the supply side or relevant stakeholders to obtain deeper and clearly information. And the second part, quantitative approach. The researcher should collect data from other groups such as millennials group before Christ, 1980 to 1997, or Generation C group after before Christ 1997, or international retirement tourists. And the last topic, limitation of this study. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic affected to the data collecting process, the researcher using the telephone interview got an unclear the data, and the sample must be interviewed until data sufficiency. That being the presentation to the end. Thank you for your attention. It was a pleasure being here today. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentations and interesting informations about the retiree motivation for wellness tourism activity and Thailand case study. Okay, we have one question from the participant. The question is, how do you ensure that the informations are able to provide reliable information? How do you ensure that the informants are able to provide reliable information?
How do you ensure that information able to provide reliable information, right? First, we have a criteria to collect the data from the sample. Yeah, when I interview with the sample or participant, I ask about the age or when about the how they in participate in the wellness tourism activity.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it means before you will go to interview with stakeholder, you have the criteria, right?
Yes.
For when you making for ensure before the in-depth interview. Okay, the next question: do you have any inclusion and exclusion criteria in your study?
Do you have any inclusion criteria?
Do you have any inclusion or exclusion criteria for your study?
For this study, the participant in this study have to the retirement age between 60 years and over, and can speak and write the Thai language, and used to be in the participate in wellness tourism activity. Yes.
Can you get the example about the wellness activity for
activity?
What is the wellness activity?
According to we interview with a participant, the participant say that the wellness activity that they participate, the most participate, like a walking. Yeah, like a walking, the most participate in wellness tourism activity like walking, herbal steaming, jogging. Yeah. And some participants say that swimming.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for your answer. Anyone have any question? Okay, we have one more question. In the limitation slide, you mentioned that you reach the participant via phone call, right? Can you explain how you got their phone number?
Okay, thank you for your question. I will interview with the retirement nearby me first, and they recommend the another people. Yeah, the same character, and give me the phone number, and I will call to them.
Okay, use the connections
Yes.
between each other. Okay. Thank you for your questions and your answer. Is there have any question for this topic? Okay, if that's all, we will move to the next delegate. She will come to present in the another interesting topic. The topic is the influence of the component of yoga destination development toward tourist satisfaction and revisit intention, presented by Ms. Patarawadi Langsimanop. Please welcome to present.
Yes, let me show my PowerPoint. Can you see my PowerPoint?
I see your skin, but not see your PowerPoint yet.
Okay, just a moment, please. Oh. Okay, can you see?
Okay, good.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pathalawadi Langsimanot. Now I'm a master degree student at NIDA in Thailand. Today, I would like to present about the influence of the components of yoga destination development towards tourist satisfaction and revisit intention. So first, I would like to tell you about the contents of outline. Consists of introduction, literature review, methodology, finding, discussion, and conclusion, theoretical and practical contribution, recommendation for the future research, and the last one, limitation of the study. For the first one, I would like to tell you about the overview of the background of the research. Quality of life of people who are under the stress, disease, violent illness, and social problem. So they want to relax with the activity like a yoga. So yoga has grown in the wide popularity among health enthusiasts, and until decades ago, will become a type of tourism. And yoga tourism is classified as a wellness tourism, cultural and spiritual tourism, and slow tourism. In the past of academic gap show picture following, I found the various past study about a total of 16 research study in the past, and the most of research about the yoga tourism phenomenon, yoga tourism experience, yoga tourist motivation, yoga tourism impact, but the yoga destination development issues still lacking. So I would like to bridge this gap and focus on the development yoga tourism. For the study aim, the main aim is the efficiency development of yoga tourism in Thailand. And there are the three issues that are the first one to study the core resources of yoga tourism development towards the satisfaction of tourists. The second one to study the supporting resources of yoga tourism development towards the satisfaction of tourists. And the third one to study the overall satisfaction of yoga tourists towards visit intention. For the literature review, we are the four concepts that are the first one, the situation of yoga tourism, the second one, yoga tourism, the third one, yoga destination development, and the last one, tourist satisfaction and visit intention. For the conceptual frameworks of this study, we study core resources influence to the tourist satisfaction that responding objective 1 and hypothesis 1. And the next, supporting part resources influence to the tourist satisfaction that's responding to the objective 2 and hypothesis 2. And the last one, tourist satisfaction influence to the visit intention that's responding to the objective 3 and hypothesis 3. For the methodology data collection, this is the quantitative approach used online questionnaire, a total of 400 samples. And for the data analysis, the study will analyze the SPS with the Pearson correlation and multiple regression with stepwise. And for the study area, we choose the Hua Hin because this is a new wellness destination in Thailand. For the participants, they are the wellness tourists who travel participate in yoga activity in Hua Hin, about 20 years old, and had the experience enjoying for not excess 1 year. I would like to tell you about the finding. First one, participant profile. 400 participants from all overseas. The most they come from Asia, such as Thailand, Singapore, China, Hong Kong, and Malaysia. The most is female, 80%. The most age between 41 to the 49 years. And the most education level at the bachelor degree. And for the average monthly income more than 35,000 baht. And the experience practicing yoga between 1 to 5 years. And for the finding data analysis, I would like to tell you about the for hypothesis 1. The study found that only 7 factors of core resources had a positive influence on tourist satisfaction. The most influence is wellness activity, equal 28%. For the overall of the core resources, relationship with the tourist satisfaction equal 45%. And there just only there are the 3 factors not influence with the tourist satisfaction, such as safety, ability of yoga instructor, and ability of trial of yoga. And the next, for the hypothesis 2, the study found that only 5 factors of supporting resources had a positive influence on tourist satisfaction. The most influence is accommodation, equal 31%. Overall of the supporting resources relationship to the tourist satisfaction equal 40%, and just only the 1 factor not influence with the tourist satisfaction as infrastructure. And the last one, hypothesis 3, the study found a significant relationship between overall tourist satisfaction and visit intention more than 61%, and for the overall tourist satisfaction, positive influence on visit intention by 37%. And the next point is discussion and conclusion is consist of 5 parts. The part 1 is core resources for YDD or yoga destination development. Wellness activity was the most positive influence. Responding to research of related 2019 state that yoga lessons are provided for the transformational experience within the setting of attitude and physical change. And also the second one, authentic yoga for the tourist, really like to strengthen the body deep, and which have been the core for philosophy yoga since its origin. Respond with the alumni 2017 state that the high motivation for join the yoga tip, they want to increase their knowledge and great deep understanding. And for the second one, supporting resources, accommodation had a strong positive influence. Hua Hin is quite successful in accommodation because there are many types of accommodation for the tourists. That confirmed with the previous study, GAPA 2019 state that suggest that the accommodation provide a pleasant experience for tourists, and also the facility will make tourists feel more comfortable. Responding to the Gatika 2020 state that facility can develop destination effectively. And the third one, indirect influence, is accessibility. Stakeholders should collaborate to improve this point in order to satisfy tourist needs. That respond to the research of Kuma 2015 state that quality of accessibility are one of the major reasons for the potential goal of yoga tourism. And the first, lowest level is reputations. Most of participants looking for the traditional yoga more than focus on the reputation. So this is still point that stakeholders should to develop the image recognition. In the last one, revisit intention. For the findings show that yoga tourists are more likely to revisit and recommend to the other to travel Hua Hin when they are satisfied with the core resources and supporting resources. So this is the study contributions. This is a yoga destination model. So I would like to tell you about the key contribution. The main is very important is yoga studio owners. They design a yoga course, guideline the philosophy of authentic yoga, also the communicate in English. And the second one, non-profit organization. They develop the tourism destination for the relaxing and promote the image and have yoga tourism. And also the police organization like hoteler provide the yoga class in their package to different from the competitor, and also the restaurant owner provide the local food traditional food with the healthy food for the wellness tourists. So the next recommendation for the future research is conceived of two parts. The first one, qualitative study. I would like to suggest in-depth interview with the stakeholder will understand clearly about each topic, and the next quantitative study will use this model and factor to study other wellness activity. And the last one, limitation of the study. Of course, COVID-19 affected the data collection using online survey, but there's intention to answer questionnaire from the tourists. And so researchers need to correct the new questionnaire due to data is not significant. That's it for today. Thank you for your attention.
Well, thank you for your presenters. Interesting topic about the yoga and the locations for do the research in Hua Hin, Thailand. Hua Hin is the just most best attraction in Thailand that we would like you guys to travel. So now Q&A session. If you have any question, can be sent in chat box or open your microphone to asking the delegate for us. Is there any question? We have 5 minutes for this session. Okay, we have one question from participant. Is there any specific theory that you refer while developing your framework?
Yeah, for the specific theory, that sure, of course, this is the yoga, right? Because I think when I research about this past study, I focus on the yoga tourism, but it's really new research or new academic paper, something like that. But I try to mix with the yoga and wellness together. And also, I focus on the destination development from the sustainability to merge with the frameworks. Yes, and finally, like a conceptual framework that assure the component of yoga destination development two parts. The first one is the core resources, and the second one is the supporting resources based on the sustainability frameworks. Yes.
Okay. The information is based on destination development and sustainable development. Okay.
Yes.
So the question, how do you develop your research questionnaire? You use from previous study or you develop from your own?
Yes. For the research questionnaire, I make both previous study about yoga tourism, wellness tourism, and also the develop from myself when I try to join yoga, and I feel like yoga is a make questionnaire, something like that,แบบmake together. Okay.
Okay. Is there have any question?
This is online.
Okay, because
Okay.
this is seeing online questionnaire, how did you distribute it?
Yes. Yes. I using online questionnaire. The first step, I went to the Hua Hin, and then I go to the yoga studio and contact to the owner and manager, and they would like they help me to the launch online form. I use the Google form. Yes.
Okay, thank you for interesting questions, and thank you first presentations from Miss Patrawadi Langsimanov. Okay, we move to the next presenter. The next presenter is Mr. Muhammad Ridwan Nordin. He represents in the topic ecotourism perceived value in today's pandemic environment, modifications of the parallel dimensions for protected area. Mr. Muhammad, are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Miss Patrawadi, please stop your screen, please. Sharing your screen. Okay, thank you. Please welcome Mr. Muhammad Ridwan to sharing your presentation. I will remind you when 5 minutes left in the chat box, okay?
All right, can you see the slide?
Yes.
Hold on,
Okay.
Is it the slide in the full mode?
No, it have the sub slide in the right side.
Oh,
Maybe you have to stop. I mean, I'm not sure. Sub presented something. Stop showing subtitle.
okay?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon and sawadikap to all my fellow friends from Thailand. So today I would like to present on modification on perval dimension for protected park.
Excuse me, Mr. Muhammad, participant hope to see you in camera. Please, you can open your camera. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Right, today I would like to present on the title of modification on perval dimension for protected park, ecotourism perceived value in today's pandemic environment. So my name is Muhammad Ridwan Nordin and I'm representing Department of Polytechnic Education and Community College, and I am a PhD candidate from UITM, and my fellows supervisor is Prof. Dr. Sanamia Ejama and Dr. Nur Asmadina Muhammad Anwar. Let's look on introduction. So during the pre-COVID era, during the pre-COVID era, ecotourism is the fastest growing economic sector and the key driver for socio-economic progress. So the industry is ranging from shopping, tourism, medical tourism, adventure tourism, culture and heritage and ecotourism. So ecotourism actually is a burgeoning sector of the tourism industry across the world. And the government of Malaysia also highly promoted the ecotourism as the core tourism product. And this can be seen in the government effort in the National Ecotourism Plan 2016-2025, Visit Malaysia 2020 campaign, and recently on the National Tourism Plan on 2020-2030. And what the government direction now is the government want to be a top of the mind ecotourism destination of the world. So why is ecotourism actually? So ecotourism actually ecotourism is an alternative tourism that will slow down the outcome impact from the mass tourism and promoting preservation, nature and culture. Ecotourism also embrace the wellness concept. Ecotourism is a nature environment give intense and value experiences and contribute to the holistic wellness outcome. And this can be seen in the Sustainable Development Goal in pillar number 3 and pillar number 8, which is the tourism for SDG also embrace the wellness on good and health and well-being and promoting beneficial and sustainable tourism. So it can be seen that eco-tourists travel to improve and enhance wellness with specific activity for specific health outcome. And one of the destinations that advocate the concept of combining nature, ecology and adventure for health and wellness is national park. And one of the most popular national park in Malaysia is National Park in Taman Negara, which is we have, this is some fact and figure of Taman Negara National Park. We have 4 national park in Peninsular Malaysia. And there is 4 entrance, which is in Pahang, Terengganu, Kelantan and Penang. And the most popular national park is in Pahang. And there is some setting issue, which is there is a fluctuate arrival on tourist arrival in Taman Negara, which is this is specifically on Taman Negara National Park Pahang, which is we can see that on 2019 there is decreasing from 91,000 to 77, and recently on 2020 there is also decreasing on 40,000. So why this is happened? Because of there is a prior study revealed that when tourist arrival is because of the perceived value performance is decreasing, which lead to dissatisfaction. So some some of the problem statement here, which is sorry. Is it my slide is still appear?
No, it's
Oh my god. All right, sorry, I'm coming back. I'm trying to show the slide again. How about now?
Yes, can see your slide.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm continue back. Some problem statement that we find out is there is substantial on changes on tourist behavior, on decision making, destination choice, travel preferences, future consumption directly affected the value. Depleted in value performance lead to depleted in satisfaction, and knowledge around the value is inconsistent and underdeveloped in some setting. And paucity in investigation equal to risk perceived value at protected park, and perceived value is differently measured in different consumer characteristic. And what have been seen that lack of empirical studies that carry out health and well-being value dimension in protected area. So the significance of the study is it will benefit to the government, to the new knowledge, to the community, and to the industries. Some opportunity on ecotourism, which is the prior study is imbalanced and fragmented, and most ecotourism touristic experiences occur in national park and protected area. And one of the things that we want to mention here is to reposition the national park as a smart ecotourism destination for health and well-being. And perceived value, pervert is a perceived value, which is it can be operationalized by using unidimension or multi-dimension. For this study, we are using multi-dimension. And some opportunity on perceived value research, there is still underexplored issue between mediating and consequences of the perceived value, and multi-dimensional gain wider acceptance, and knowledge around the value still inconsistent and underdeveloped, and consumption may leave different impact on different setting. Perceived value is still acclaimed as a valid construct to address all the phenomenology in tourist value chain, and limited number of empirical research to study the value ecotourism trade. And this is the framework that we introduced, which is we are adapting from William and Sota, and we modified the William Sota conventional pervert, which is we integrate the emotional into the health and well-being, and we omit the social value. So for the research method, the instrument was adapt and modified. Then we go into the pretest, content validity, criterion validity, and phase validity. And for the method of data collecting, online self-administrative close-ended questionnaire. And for the pilot, this study is a pilot study actually. And for the pilot test, we are using minimum of 38 ecotourists who had visited Taman Negara Kuala Tahan, which is 10% from the actual sample size. And for the analysis of the data, we are using EFA, exploratory factor analysis, to explore the variable that we introduced. So this is the result of the data. For the KMO, which is the Kaiser-Meyer-Olkin, the result is exceed 0.6, which is excellent. And the Bartlett test also below than 0.05, which is acceptable, very significant. And for the total variant TVE for proven construct that we introduced, which is the construct explains 76.343, which is more than 60%, which is really acceptable. And for we also using a script plot to identify how many components that appear in the EFA. So the component appear in the script plot is 4. So for rotated metric for pervert construct, okay, for rotated component, we are using extraction method principle PCA, principal component analysis, which is this is the result. So it appears 4 component as a script plot here. Okay, so the component that the factor loading, there is a 2 factor loading that below than 0.6, which is functional value 6 and functional value 5. So when according to Awang 2016, when factor loading is below than 0.6, we have to delete the item. So for internal reliability for the instrument, we are using Combat Alpha to find the internal reliability of the questionnaire. So for the component 1, there is 11 item, which is 0.6. 0.9, sorry. For component 2, 0.9. Also, component 3, 0.8. And component 4 is 0.7, which is the threshold is 0.7. Above 0.7 is acceptable, and below 0.7 is not acceptable. So the conclusion here is, so this study actually introduced the new dimension in PERVL, which is we introduce health and well-being value. And the study would like to embrace the innovative concept of protected area, especially national park, for fostering the physiological and psychological well-being. And the study also want to promoting and segmenting national park beyond the conventional ecotourism value. And there is a big opportunity actually to investigate PERVL in this current pandemic era, effect especially among the post-COVID-19 ecotourism protected area. And lastly, the scale has excellent reliability and validity. So thank you very much for listening to my presentation.
Thank you for your presentation. Now we have the questions in the chat box. The first question is, what is the rationale for omitting social variable from PERVL?
Okay, thank you for the question from Cik Nur Farihin. Okay, according to the literature, why we suggest to omit the social value? Actually, tourism actually is a super spreader of COVID-19. And so the prior literature says that tourists, the eco-tourist characteristic, they are actually inclined to immerse with the nature, and actually they didn't want to mingle around with people. So that's why prior study revealed that social value is less significant among the eco-tourists, as they are proclivity to involve in the eco-site offer rather than socialize with others. This is from the Chen et al. 2016, 2018, Lee and Jan, and Lee et al. 2020. And which is another point is the eco-tourist actually interacting with others, tourists or surrounding of people now is become less important. I think you also, when you start, I don't know what situation in Thailand, but in Malaysia, we have already opened up the district movement. So people on the state can move to the district, each of the district in the state. The behavior of the people, the behavior of the tourists now, they are tend to not socializing. They are only socializing with this small group. They are socializing with their own family without want to socializing with others, because of the afraid on the COVID-19 and to protect themselves. That's why we are omitted on the social value, because the social value does not relevant on the COVID-19 pandemic era.
Yes, and another question, when was the study conducted?
When the study conducted? All right, the study conducted on May. The study conducted on May 2021. We are distributing our questionnaire by using online method towards one of polytechnic in Malaysia for data collecting. So there is a filter question, which is we only get the respondent that only going to Taman Negara, Pahang only.
Thank you for the questions and your answers. Is there have any questions for asking Mr. Mohammed? Okay, I think the time is
Thank you.
now. Thank you for your presented and interesting topic. So the next one move to the finally presenters from Thailand and National Institute of Thailand. Also, Miss Parishat Suntararak come with the topics Millennium Travel Trend, Futures of Rural-Based Wellness Tourism Development. Please welcome. Is it ready? Please open your microphone, please.
No wonder. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let's get started. I will just start the presentation. Okay. Respected committee, chair, co-chair, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Parishat Suntararak, a PhD candidate from the Graduate School of Tourism Management, NIDA, Thailand. Today, I would like to present my paper on the millennial travel trends, future of rural-based wellness tourism development, which has been co-authored with my supervisor, Dr. Watsita Bunyan Metiporn. Okay, so my presentation today will cover the introduction, the literature review, methodology, result, discussion, conclusion, implication, research limitation, and further study. Right. So wellness tourism, if we take a look at the chart, the graph on the left-hand side, it is a promisingly growing industry. And it's been predicted that by the year 2027, the market size would reach 1.2 trillion US dollar. That's a huge market, right? And wellness tourism is comprised of both tangible and intangible assets, from wellness resorts, massage places, to way of living of local people and alternative medical wisdom. The location of wellness tourism could be an entire destination inside of a country or even a village, or it could be a specific places like meditation centers or spiritual science. And wellness tourism products could be offered using Eastern or Western or both approach. So literature review shows that wellness tourism and rural tourism are both comprised of cultural and national resources. So for this study, we have merged the two forms of tourism to define a new form of tourism, which we define it as rural-based wellness tourism. Now let's take a look back to Thailand. What do we have to offer when it comes to wellness tourism? Thailand has hot spring, diversity of the food, the herbs, traditional medicine, or even the local communities that have been developed readily to welcome tourists. And Thailand has also wellness wisdom. We can see from the picture that people in the village can really create a very beautiful, food to offer to tourists. So it is very significant that a thorough study to explore wellness tourism destination attributes, especially in rural Thailand, is conducted in order to understand which factors will drive wellness tourism in wider Thailand to its success when we want to attract the millennials to regenerate tourism, especially after this COVID-19 pandemic, and also to enhance our understanding of wellness resources in Thailand, which we raise the standing on the attributes of wellness tourism destination that is crucial to the development of rural-based wellness tourism to attract millennials. And the study will benefit stakeholders both from the private and public sectors who are responsible for planning, for developing, promoting, and operating of rural-based wellness tourism destination. And the result from this research will add new variables to the already existing wellness tourism attributes. It also will help improve the integration of destination attributes and indigenous wisdom into the design of tourism activities, which in turn will help conserve and preserve the traditional wisdom and culture, especially the indigenous wellness therapy wisdom. So literature review has been conducted in order to better understand the topic. Wellness tourism has been defined as a travel which has been used as a method to rejuvenation, healing treatments, purification, spiritual rituals, and relaxation of soul, body, and mind, whereas rural tourism is a type of tourism activity which the visitors experience is related to a wide range of products linked to nature-based activity, rural lifestyle, local culture, etc. Therefore, we have define a new form of tourism, which we define as a rural-based wellness tourism. Which refer to a destination in a rural area that offers wellness activities based on local wisdom to tourists. And rural-based wellness tourism is a mode of travel to improve physical and mental well-being, spiritual awareness, longevity, beauty, and connection with a local community, local wisdom in rural areas such as villages. So it's possible for Thailand to offer rural-based wellness tourism because in 2016, there were 1,500 meditation centers registered. 913 Thai massage places were registered, and 112 hot springs were discovered around the country. And another aspect is that wellness activities in Thailand come in different forms, different scale, and different management. So for everyone, and Thailand has also set up Thai traditional hospital around the country. Literature review has been conducted, and we found out that there are 4 dimensions of rural-based wellness tourism destination attribute. The first dimension is area aspect with 14 attributes. The second dimension is tourism aspect with 6 attributes. And the third dimension is type of wellness service with 2 attributes, and the fourth dimension is the wellness service, activity, and therapy with 16 attributes. Right. Literature review has also explained to us who are the millennials. So millennials are people who were born between 1980 to 1996, and they are the largest generation, contributing 31.5% to the world population. And that figure comes to 7.7 billion people. That's big group of people. And they also have their specific characteristics. They are socially, financially, spiritually, and health conscious. They are very technology based, and they are ethically diverse and optimistic. They embrace experiences and ethical spending, and they are educated and knowledgeable. Right. So millennials are open-minded, health and wellness conscious. They are keen to explore and immerse themselves into new cultures, new experiences, and the unknown places. So they are likely to be among the very first group of tourists to explore wellness activities offered in rural areas. Right. So in order to understand wellness tourism destination attributes, a questionnaire has been designed and used to collect data. 102 samples were successfully collected from international independent tourists using accidental sampling technique. And then the data was analyzed using descriptive statistics and exploratory factor analysis. The questionnaire was tested by 3 experts with 2 questions suggested added to the questionnaire. Data collection took place between February to March 2020 in Kanchanaburi province of Thailand. And after analysis, we found out that a majority of people who answered the questionnaire were female, slightly higher than male. And a majority of them aged between 25 to 34. Most of them are single, and they earn from 25,000 to 49,999 US dollar per annum. Most of them have master degree and bachelor degree. Most of them are students and also private business employee. Majority of the samples are European, especially from France, right? And this is the criteria of EFA that we use. So the KMO value is at 0.626, which is above the minimum cutoff value, and the Conbox alpha score yields at 0.832, which is also above acceptable value. And after the test, 7 components were left, which is shown in this slide. So there are together 7 components with component area aspect, tourism aspect, and mindfulness received the highest Conbox alpha value. So that result explained that major influence dimension of the rural-based wellness tourism destination attribute for millennials are area aspect, tourism aspect, and mindfulness. Right. So when millennials travel to rural-based wellness tourism destination, they are looking for a destination that is attractive, has pleasant setting with accommodation, offer uniqueness with wellness activities, and also in natural setting with high quality services. Destination with mindfulness retreats are more likely to attract millennials, and millennials looking for a destination with good support services, facilities, guiding, and easy to access. Right. So our result is in line with previous study in regard to wellness tourism aspect, also the area aspect and the tourism aspect. However, surprisingly, climate, atmosphere, and several wellness therapies are not key influential factor to attract tourists to a destination, which is not in line with previous study. So the result of this research could be implied theoretically, practically, and socially. New variables of the wellness tourism attributes are added, and psychological aspect of rural-based wellness tourism development is discovered, and it also helped the integration of rural-based wellness tourism destination attribute and the indigenous wellness wisdom to the design of tourism activities, and it will help promote and protect traditional wisdom and cultures. However, there are limitations of this study because samples that we were successfully collected were only young independent tourists in rural-based wellness tourism destination. It is suggested that further studies should be carried out to include tourists who are traveling with organized tours in order to extend the market segmentation. And further studies should be conducted to examine the interrelationships between wellness tourism destination attributes with other constructs, for example, memorable tourism experience or life satisfaction. So that comes to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your good presentations and interesting the topic. And now we have one question from participants.
Right.
The question is, it was stated that the study is focusing on millennials. I wonder why they are respondent beyond the age limit. I mean, born within 1980 to 96, is it?
1996. 1980 to 1996. So the question is, why do focus on this group, right?
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for the presentation. Can we look at your data analysis, findings, the findings just now?
Yes, just one moment, please. Do we mean to this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we zoom in so that we can look at the figure? Okay, you mentioned that your focus is on millennials,
Right.
but I've seen that the respondents are beyond the age limit of millennials. As you
Right.
said that it was between 1980 to 1996. So why there's respondents with 65 and above?
Right. Okay. So when I conducted the sampling, this data set is actually my pilot data set for my PhD study. So we are very open when we collected the data. So we open to people at any age who are using the wellness activities or in the environment of wellness tourism in the rural area. So we open up to them, and then we like sorted out the result, and we found out that majority of them very interestingly, young people, the millennials. So we further study about this group to better understand them, that there is a potential of offering rural-based wellness tourism to this group. So we deeper to understand them, and then try to understand what attributes of the rural-based wellness tourism would fit this group. So that come to this paper, the presentation of this paper. So you can see that people from different groups also answer the question.
Okay, thank you. Have
Okay.
another questions.
Right.
Have you run the power analysis to calculate the recommended study sample?
Yes, we did actually, but I didn't show it here. I'm sorry, I didn't have it in hand. But the data size, the fits according to the test. I would like to see your face. Okay.
It's okay. Yeah. Okay, one more question. Based on your personal opinion, how COVID-19 will affect the future's traveling?
Right. Yes, of course, the impact is there. But to my opinion, there are both positive and negative impact. The negative impact is that yes, they are not here with us today. So all the stakeholders in tourism are suffering. But after so many months of locking down, I'm talking about Thai domestic tourists and international tourists. After so long of the locking down, now they are so keen to travel, and with today's technology, Thai people, do blog and offer the destination online and virtually, so that even, tell them more that they want to travel. So the positive impact of COVID-19, I believe that will actually give more opportunity to business or to tourism industry. More people would like to travel, but of course with more caution. Thank you.
Thank you for your opinions and the good presentation for today. Okay, we are the final sessions for our room. We already finished for 5 delegates to present today. If you have any questions for presenters, can send the email to the supporting team of UITM and conferences team. So today we move. So now we have to move to thank you session with chairperson. Moving to the chairperson to let some speaking for other people.
Okay, we are at the end of presentation session today. I would like to thank all delegates and participants who joined us today. And as I am a representative of this program, IJCHT-21, and from King Mongkut Institute of Technology, Lat Krabang, I also would like to thank supporting team from UITM and the co-chairpersons from NIDA. Hope you guys get a good opportunity to know each other and brush off the knowledge. And also, please stay safe and hope to see you on site one day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Noor Harsal, we have any to monitoring?